Hi. The purpose of this video is for us to have a conversation about an issue that has impacted the metal community for a very long time. A lot of our friends in our community have either suffered from it before or are suffering from it now. And the latest person who's suffering from it is none other than Dave Mustaine of Megadeth. He shared a very sad tweet about the imminent passing of his sister. Her sister is about to pass away. I'm going to use Dave's very sad recent story to make a point and hope that someone would listen to this and make a slightly different decision on how they deal with people in the metal community. This is Dave's recent post. I just got a shocking FaceTime video call from my sister, Suzanne. Sadly, she's going to be leaving this earth in the next few days, as she is in the grasp of Parkinson's and dementia, and is starting to have her organ shut down. That was hard enough, but the fact that we haven't spoken in probably 20 years is even worse. Imagine my delight to get a FaceTime video from her today. Even though she can't speak anymore, I knew it was her. I just kept telling her how much I love her, and I know she's going to be slipping out of this body and her spirit going to be free soon. So bizarre National Sibling Day that I would hear from my sister that I haven't spoken to in so long, and the state of affairs she's currently dealing with. And the fact that even though she didn't want to have anything to do with me growing up, because she was a Jehovah's Witness, I kept trying, and imagine how happy I am to have seen her phone call today and not be a butt dial. Dave Mustaine. Ooh, that's heavy, man. That's so freaking heavy. And the reason I brought this up is that still to this day, there is a stigma against metal music. There is a sort of a misunderstanding about metal music and the metal community that I want to address. And I can speak to that too from a personal experience standpoint. What I'm saying is not just from observing this happening to other people, but it also happened to me. And the point that I'm trying to make is that the fact that people look at even their own family members differently when they start to like metal music or play metal music is ridiculous, is absurd. And if you're that person, I'm going to humbly invite you to just sit down and have a chat with yourself and just think about what you're doing to see whether what you're doing makes sense or not. And let me help you in that journey of introspection and thinking. Who is a metal music player? How does a metal music player look like? How does a metal music enthusiast look like? Does it look like this? Do they look like that? Do they look like this? Do they look like this? Or this? The answer is all the above.
Does anyone like heavy metal music? Was that something you genuinely liked?
I genuinely, and I still genuinely like it. I remember going to the Slipknot concert, and the most I've ever been, at the time I was on Neighbours, I have never had more people come up to me ever than at a Slipknot concert. The crossover between, it wasn't Monster Trucks and Slipknot, it was Neighbours and Slipknot. It was like, for some reason, everyone kept coming up and being like, wow.
It's quite the Venn diagram, isn't it?
Only listen to like the heaviest of heavy metal, like Silverstein, Bullet for My Valentine, Slipknot. I went to a Slipknot concert. It was actually, to this day, probably the best concert I've ever gone to.
I am a metal music player. I am certainly a metal music enthusiast. I don't have any face or neck or arm tattoos. I have a very successful 6-figure corporate job. Liking metal music doesn't tell you anything about a person's interests, about a person's occupation, about a person's personality, about a person's ethics, about any other characters in that person. All it tells you is that this person likes metal music. It's like saying that if someone likes an ice cream, so if you know that I like ice cream, you know that I like ice cream, but you can't make any other comments about what I do for a living, what are my interests, what my favorite color is, am I a good person, do I like pets, whatever else. The only reason I bring this up is because it has impacted Dave Mustaine's family. It has impacted my relationship with my family. It has impacted a lot of other people's relationship with their loved ones. People that are supposed to be their safe, immediate circle, and they're just not. And they're just not. They just refuse to be. For no reason whatsoever. And by the way, within the metal community, people repeat the exact same stupidity. The exact same stupidity. And is judging themselves, something that has happened to them. They know it's not good. They're doing it exactly to their fellow metal community members. This has to stop. This stupidity, this, I don't know what to call it, dumbness, this prejudice, whatever you want to call it, has to stop. Anyone who likes classical music is not either an Asian or a nerd. Anyone who likes jazz music is not a skinny hippie crazy guy. Anyone who likes indie rock doesn't smoke weed. And anyone who likes metal music is not a loser druggie with face tats. The glue that connects us to other people, that genuine relationship, that friendship, that warmth and kindness matters way more, by far more, by miles more than a couple of cheap scores that you think you can score by mocking the music that your friend or your kid or whoever likes to listen to, by mistreating your kid or your friend or whoever because they like a certain genre of music. Yeah. Sorry guys, I usually, if you look at my videos, I invite you all, please go look at my other videos. They're pretty lightheaded. You know, I like to laugh and make fun of things and make fun of myself and joke around and all that. And this video is in quite a contrast with practically every other video that I've done. But it's an important topic, and I thought it's worth discussing, and I hope that this short video at least provided some value to you. If not, told you something new, at least it reminded you of something important. Yeah, that's about it. I'm not going to take any more of your time. Thanks so much for hanging out. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next.